welcome to another Python video tutorial series with DecodeWithMoe. And today we're going to go over one of the most essential subjects in not only Python, but most of the object-oriented programming languages. Today's video is about operators. And without wasting any more time, let's jump ahead and start learning. Okay, so arithmetic operators, we use them to do mathematical operations on numerical values. Python support the following arithmetic operators. First one is addition. As you can see, I have defined two variables here, x and y, and I've given them value. And here I'm going to do some operation on them. I'm not going to print them just to save some time for you guys. So the addition result, x plus y, you see it's going to be 13. The subtraction, we use the subtract, like the minus sign. We have multiplication here, which we are multiplying x by y, which gives us 30. And we have division. This is what we use for division. And as you can see, 10 divided by 3, it'll give us 3.3333. That was a long one. All right, and we have floor division, which it performs integer division, discarding any fractional part. So here you saw that we have this fraction here, we have this decimal values. If we don't want this, we're going to use this one instead. Okay, so x divided by y, it'll give us just 3. It deletes this part. Okay, and remainder. The modules, which returns the remainder of division of the left operand by the right operand. So 10 remainder 3, it'll be 1. We usually have 1 or 0. But because we have remainder, it'll be 1. If we didn't have any remainder, it would be 0. Okay, next one is comparison operators. We have the same variables, x and y. We're going to go over them one by one. Okay, so the first one is equal to. As you can see, we use double equal sign for this. And I tried to give them, the variables, a very descriptive name, so you guys can understand it better. As you can see here, we have tried to know if the x is equal to y. If they are, we'll get the result of true. If they're not, we'll get a result of false, which we're supposed to get false here. I'm going to run it to show you guys false, because x is not equal to y. But if we change it to 10, run, and you can see it's true. Okay. All right, I'm going to change this back. The next one is not equal sign. Not equal, we use exclamation mark and the equal sign together. As you can see, we have said here x is not equal to y. And let's see what's going to be result. We know that it's true. I just wanted to run it to show it to you guys. Run, and true. All right, sounds good. The next one is greater than result. We have given x is greater than y, which is true. X is 10, y is 3. We use greater than sign here for this operation. Let's print it and see it ourselves. Run the app, we get true. Awesome. I'm going to comment this. Next one is less than, which we'll compare two operands here. And if it's true, give us true. If it's not true, give us false, which here we have said x is less than y. X is 10, y is 3. So x is not less than y. Where is it? It's here. So let's just print it, and false. Okay. These ones are more interesting ones. So these give us two kind of conditions. It's either like greater or equal to. So if the x is greater or equal to y, then give us the result. So x is, as we said here, is 10, y is 3. So x is greater than y, but is not equal to y. But one of these need to be true. It needs either be greater or equal. If one of them is true, then we get true as the result. If both of them are false, then we get false. So run it, see, we get true because x is greater than y. If we change y to 10, so they're equal, we should also get true. See? All right. But if we change x to, I don't know, like 1, okay, 1, this should go false because x is not greater than y and is not equal to y. So let's run it. See, false. Okay, let's go back. 10. All right, the last one is the same as previous one, but the opposite. So it's less than or equal. I promise you guys I'm not going to change the values anymore because you already know what is happening. So if x is less than or equal to y, which is not, this is going to be true. So this is not going to be true. It's going to be false because that is not true. All right. And this is all about comparison operators. All right, so next one is assignment operators. The assignment operators are used to assign values to variables. They combine an arithmetic operation with assignment. So let's say we have a variable called x, which the value of it is 10. And we want to assign we want to do some operation on the x. So we say y is equal to x plus 5. Now if we print y, we say print y, we're gonna get 15 expected. But let's say we don't want to do it this way. We want to have change the value of x instead of creating a new variable and like adding 5 to x and all that. We want to change the value. We want to say x is like 15 without having to use y, without having to use a new variable. So there's a way to do that. We want to use the arithmetic operation and the assignment together. If you want to do that, we can say x plus equal to 5. This is gonna give us 15 too. Oops, we had error. Why is that? Okay, because we have x, y here. C. Now we run it again. We have 15. This is same as saying x is equal to x plus 5. These two, they have the same result. If I delete this and I run it, x is going to be 15 again. Okay, so we can do the same thing for, let's say, subtraction. So say minus equal 3. If I run this, the result should be 7. Okay, and we could do it for multiplication. Let's say multiply equal 3. So it should give us what? 30. Or we can do it for division. Let's say x divide equal 3. Gonna give us 3, yeah, 0.3 and the rest. We can do it floor division, run 3. And we can do it a remainder equal. So if we do it remainder, it's gonna give us 1. Okay, Very easy and straightforward. This is very helpful in a lot of cases, especially if we're using like loops and we want to keep adding a certain value repetitively to the to the variable. Uh, as we go along further in our coding journey, you're gonna see it how this is gonna be very useful to us. All right, we have logical operators, very useful to combine conditional statements. You're typically using control flow statements to make decisions based on multiple conditions. So we use it a lot in like loops and if conditions and things like that. So we have three. We have and, or, and not. Okay. So let's try to print this. So we're saying that, as you can see, we have two variables, x, y, and here we're saying that x is greater than 5 and x and y is less than 10. Now if this whole thing, both of them, is true, we're gonna get true if we print and result. If we print it, if both of these are true, we're gonna get true. If one of them is false, it doesn't matter which one, we're gonna get false. So this is true. But if we say x is 13, so x still is greater than 5, okay, we have to say x4 because the condition says the x is greater than 5. So if we make x4, so we're making this condition false. So we're gonna get false now. See, false. All right. So the next one, or is when one of these needs to be true. So either this one needs to be true or this one needs to be true. Same conditions, we only use or. Okay. So x is greater than 5. Yeah, it is. And y is greater than 10. This one is not. So, but this is being right is enough. So we should still get a true. Okay, we need to change this first. Let's change it to or result and run. True. So one of them needs to be true. Okay, and the next one is not result. So we're saying that x greater than 5 is not true. If it's not, then we're gonna get true. Is x greater than 5? Yes. X is greater than 5. Then we have to get false for this one. So let's print it. Not result. Yep, false. But if we change this, x is greater than let's say 11, run, we get true because this is not true. If this is not true, then we're gonna get true. If this is true, we're gonna get false. And we have something called membership operators, which are used to test if a value is present in a sequence, such as like list or tuple or string. They return true or false based on the presence of a value in the sequence. So there are two, in and not in. As you can see, I have it here, in, not in. We use this to test and see if like 3 is present in the list we have here, which it is, and not in is test to see if the value we're talking about is not in our list. Okay, so let's just print this, print and result. So 3 in x is true, so we're gonna get true. And this one, not in result. 6 is not in x, so we should get true for this one too. See, true. This is actually very useful for us to find a certain value that we're looking for, and we want to make sure that it exists in a variable. All right, so we have something called identity operators that are used to compare the memory locations of two objects. They determine whether two variables refer to the same object in the memory or not. Now, be careful guys here when I say memory location. So when we're comparing these two, when we say we're comparing these two value, their value are the same. This is 1, this is 1. So if we say, if we were about to compare x with y, the first element of x and y, they would return equal because they're both are 1. But when we compare their memory location, we're talking about where these objects are being stored in the memory. So every one of these variables, like x and y, they have been stored in a different location in our memory. And we want to compare the memory location, not the variable values. So we use is or is not to compare the memory location. Okay, so as you can see, is will return true if both variables are pointing to the same object, and it will return false if one of them is pointing to a different memory location, and is not will return true if both variables are pointing to a different objects. So let's just go print one of them. Print is result, and let's run it. We'll get false as expected because y is not in the same memory location with y. X is not in the same memory location with y. So if we were to change this, say x is x, we should get true. See? Because both x's are in the same memory location. So we're referring to the same memory location. Okay? And this print is not result. Not result. Okay? This returns true. Why? Because x is not y. X is not in the same memory location as y. Okay, so we're done with our Python operator tutorial. I really hope that you enjoyed watching this video and you found it useful. Please check out my other videos and don't forget to give a thumbs up, like, comment, and subscribe if you liked watching this video. Happy coding, guys.